And this is a great gem that I need you guys to hear from the legendary Tim Grover.
The greatest inner circle individuals are so small. Distance becomes their best friend. Distance from their competition, okay? Distance from others. Everyone tries to fit in a group, okay? You're growing up, I want to be part of this fraternity. I want to hang out with these people. I want to hang out over here. Who do you idolize the most? The ones that stand alone. The ones that create distance between you and the competition and everybody else, okay? You have all your friends that they may have all started off together. And what happens is when they know they can't keep up, okay, you create distance. You want them to come with you, but they don't have the ability to. They don't have the discipline. They don't have the sacrifice. So distance has to become your best friend in order for you to achieve the best at what you want to do. I know these are completely different thoughts than what other people tell you. Surround yourself with positive people. You know what that means? That means lie face so I can feel good about myself.
And I don't want you to cut off all of your friends on this journey, because we'll see those posts, hey, cut off the 5 people. Like, you have to keep your friends that are your day ones that have been supportive. But a lot of times we want support to go to where we need to go, but we don't want to do it alone. That's why when you guys are like, hey, I need an accountability partner, I'm like, no, you need to be accountable. Because if your trading buddy makes a $300,000 trade with you, they're not going to split half that money with you. I'm telling you that. This is the reason why most people fail. I thought this message was absolutely amazing.
The reason most people fail is because they give up what they want most for what they want now. The reason most people fail is because they give up what they want most for what they want now. If that was one message, it'd probably be that. Like, people don't fail because they're not talented or skilled or whatever. It's like you give up what you want most for what you want now.
And how many of us have ever given up what we truly want for the short term? We all have. Let's make the adjustment going forward. It's 2021. It's crazy. In 9 years, we'll be in a new decade. 2010s went by so fast. Let's make the choice to be dedicated and not give up the long-term goal for the short term. And then for men in your 20s, let your uncles and us give you some advice. Check these tips out real quick, and then we'll get back to the investing gems.
If you can give one piece of advice to a guy in his early 20s, what would it be?
Do not move out of your parents' house until you've saved up at least 25 grand. Make friends and don't date. Don't date. Travel. Move out of your hometown. Get very acquainted with a primary care professional. Get a therapist. Buy a gun and get really good at using it. Get a passport and get really good at using it. Go to a gym and work for an 8-pack. You really have nothing but time. Pick up a sport and get good at it. Stop eating like a damn Ninja Turtle. Drink water. Wash your ass daily. Buy 3 suits. A black one, navy blue, heather gray. Each one should be tailored. Buy life insurance. The younger you are, the cheaper it is. Most importantly, find and protect your peace. Remember that you were a man before her, you were a man with her, and now you'll be a man without her. Good luck.
No Kevin Samuels, but fellas, go ahead. I'll put this in Stock Club. I want to be on a record for this. And it's going to be salacious, and I know people are going to say that I'm wrong. The peak for Apple stock will be November 3rd, 2035. So a lot of you will be like, hey, when does it run? I know y'all gonna be like, dude, crazy. He don't know. And he's just making up shit now. I'm not. Apple's peak, November 3rd, 2035. I want to be on the record. Now, if y'all remix this, hey, which was a good album on the low. Shout out to Nas. But if you guys go copy this, I'm coming up to the station if one of y'all say this on TV. Love y'all. For those of you for futures, I know it may be difficult, but put this in chat. Your target for the bond market should be 33 ticks. Here's why. It takes the same amount of energy to hit a big target as it does a small target. The great thing is that ZB pays more. So kudos to this brother who hit his target, but with 7 contracts, and I want you guys to multiply 500 times 7. That was the initial investment into the market. The payout was $7,218.75. Great job. 33 ticks should be your primary target for Z and you. Accountability. At one point on the show, I said AMD would dip to 67.56. It didn't get there. It stopped at 72.50. The crystal ball was broken. I don't know if I didn't recalibrate it or I should have put it out when we had a full moon. Didn't get there. My bad. Sorry, I was off by a couple bucks. Ian doesn't know anything, right? So I want to be accountable and say that it didn't get there. But for those you got in the 70s, great job. And hold for the long term. Going forward, a good spot is 102.62 for AMD to hold long term, either 5 or 10 years. Put a 102.62 in chat, please. And kudos to my sis, Deborah. I've been telling you about it. She's been holding since 11 when it hit the all-time high. That's 11.13x. From long-term investing only, no options. I want you to put in chat right now, long-term investing is the wave. Now, go ask any day trader that you know and ask them, have they made 11x on a trade? Most have not. You can get the same kind of gains long-term investing with a great setup that you can from day trading and have the money working for you at the same time. Once again, I want to say Square's a new JP Morgan. Please hold for the next 10 years. Here are the top 12 reasons that most traders fail, and please write this down. Most don't have good risk to reward ratio. So you want to risk 1 to make 11, write this down, or risk 1 to make 50. So if you're risking 2% of your capital in a trade, your target would then be 22%. Or if you're risking 2% and you want a 50x, you would be going for a target of 100%. If you stay within that ratio and you only take 48 trades or less per year, it's damn near impossible if you're trading with the trend to be able to hit the target. If you want a full breakdown, a great book on this is called The Complete Turtle Traders by Michael Covell. Go to chapter 5 and 6. If you read those 2 chapters and never deviate, you'll be fine. A lot of traders end up blowing up their money and their account going for a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio and taking too many trades. Number 2, most have unrealistic expectations. So when I ask a lot of you, like, how many trades are you going to take for the year? You like 800. I'm like, you can't take 800 trades on a year. You can't take 500 and at a high level. Rashad, Troy, like in your options, how many trades have you taken this year?
Oh, like 3. I probably did 3.
Yeah,
And you guys can say whatever you go ahead, Rashad, go ahead and say it.
Not a lot for me, not a lot.
And arguably, they're humble about it. I'll say it for them to not trade all day, every day, because they running all this other media and like they'll bust your ass. Trade selection is everything. Like, and if I can be honest with you guys, when you guys are like in my comments, like, well, you don't know and you can't do, I'm like, I know, and we'll get to the emotions part. But if you don't have your emotions in check, then therefore your trading plan is not in check. I know you can't beat me because you can't stop over trading. You know, the people that are really good at trading, like go watch Bonawyn's interview. Bonawyn did not care anything about what I said, what Troy said. He stick to his plan, put on that nice grin, go about his business. One of the greatest traders I probably ever encountered. Those that are good at their craft don't have to declare to anybody else. But if you can stay within the sweet spot of 24 to 48, you'll be good. Third, most can't manage emotions. If you can't, I'm telling you, fasting is the way to go, or do the 10 miles a day. Most don't do any research. You need to know the stocks or futures that you're trading like the back of your hand. I could tell you everything about ESCB, UB, crude, Russell, NASDAQ, Nikkei, Swiss franc future, up and down in my sleep. If I only had 1 hour of sleep, you need to know like the back of your hand. That is going to give you your edge. If you're undercapitalized, you need to take even less trades and then also work more to build more capital, because being undercapitalized puts you in a position to have to take riskier trades to build up your account. And that's only going to favor your broker. Most quit too early. I hate to say it. You're not going to be good in 3 months. Like, that's why I'll go back and show you. I was talking about this 12 and 13 years ago before it was cool. It's going to take you maybe 2 or 3 years to get really good. To be great, it may take you 5 to 7. It's like none of you at 9 years old start playing basketball and be like, at 14, I'm ready to go to the league. As great as Mikey is, I don't think Mikey is ready for the NBA this season. And he's probably one of the greatest high schoolers ever, right? You have to get acclimated with the market enough to know what to do. But once you have that, not many will be able to beat you. Most are undisciplined. It's the number one reason why people lose. Arrogance is a big factor in it, because it's not really about the indicator. It is about your risk to reward ratio. Please put in chat, risk to reward ratio is the greatest indicator of all time. Your RSI doesn't, you got like RSI. If RSI matters that much, take the charts off and just trade off RSI. When it gets to 30, watch how much you draw down. Short at 70 and see how well it does. Your risk to reward means everything. Delusion for all of you who are like, hey, I'm gonna get 88,000% return in a year. Highly unlikely. And then ego is the biggest reason why most people end up losing.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.